Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy One Love. Yeah, this is gonna be a different type of video. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a book review. I don't have any books. I mean, I'm reading 2 books right now, but I'm not really done. But this is really just gonna be a discussion, really, on a particular topic that I've been trying to talk about for a long time. You know what I'm saying? As I started this journey on coming back into reading and trying to, get back into the literature world, I noticed one thing that, really, I wouldn't say bothered or upset me, but it kind of just made me think like, why is it like this? You know what I'm saying? I'd say that, why is it like this? So the topic that I want to discuss, or the question that I want to pose, is why is Black literature so traumatic? Why is it filled with so much tragedy or so much trauma, I'd say, for lack of a better term? Yeah. And the reason why I asked this question is recently, if you don't know, if this is your first video of you seeing this, because for some reason I kind of feel like this video is probably gonna reach a new audience, I recently started, coming back into reading a couple months ago. And, I've been reading the Red Rising series, and I read like one autobiography of sorts by Sister Soldier, and that's probably like the only Black literature book besides my most recent review, An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. Shout out my Atlanta native. We gotta stick together, man. Only in Atlanta, only in Atlanta. Besides that, Sister Soldier and the book by Tayari, those are like the only 2 Black literature books that I've read in recent times. And while I was reading the Red Rising series, while I was getting that out the way, because with me, when I start a book series, I like to just get it out the way. So that was a 7-book series. So if you look at my channel, I mean, that's really mainly my videos, you know what I'm saying? But while I was reading that series, I was trying to let me try to get into Black literature. I enjoyed the Sister Soldier book. It kind of opened my eyes into urban. I read the Midnight series, not Midnight. I read the Coldest Winter Ever. I didn't finish it, but I mean, I kind of knew where the story was going, by Sister Soldier. So like, it was like an introduction to the urban Black literature, and I liked it. It was cool seeing Black, and I felt this way also when I was reading An American Marriage, because she's from Atlanta. So, you know what I'm saying? I know, but it was cool seeing like Black, like Blackness in a book, in literature specifically. That was cool. And so while I was reading the Red Rising series, I didn't really see my people, even though some of the characters were Black. They were Black, as in the character happened to be Black, but they weren't Black characters. You get what I'm saying? So I was trying to find books where I could see myself in the characters, the story, the setting. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking, and I would research, I would Google Black literature or African American books, or literature by African American authors, and what I would see, the constant theme that I would be seeing was a book about slavery, a book about Jim Crow era, a book about race. And I'm looking, I'm like, classic Black literature. I'm trying to find, the classics, the ones that, to be honest, they didn't really teach us any classic Black literature in school. I'm saying the ones that they would. If I went to an all-Black school, if I went to a Dr. Umar school, what would would be the books in his curriculum? You know what I'm saying? Those are the books that I'm like, stuff that a Black person should be reading. And I'm not saying that those books that popped up aren't books that Black people should be reading, because those are very important books. Those are history, African American history, and it's needed. But I'm saying the literature that I was trying to find was just classic, common, day-to-day Black. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that has to do with race. Nothing that has to do with slavery. Nothing that has to do with Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? And when you Google classic Black literature, this is a thing that popped up on my phone. Classic Black literature features foundational works exploring identity, systemic racism, and the African American experience. And these are the books that it recommends. Beloved by Toni Morrison, a Pulitzer Prize-winning masterpiece about the devastating psychological legacy of slavery. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, a landmark novel exploring racial identity and social invisibility. Native Son by Richard Wright, a raw, powerful look at poverty and racism in America. This one is about a black man that is accused of, what is it about? Either he's accused of rape or murdering a white woman, and he's on the run. Their Eyes Were Watching God, a defining Harlem Renaissance novel about a woman's journey to self-discovery. That one is cool, you know what I'm saying? Go Tell It on a Mountain by James Baldwin. We know who James Baldwin is. And The Color Purple by Alice Walker. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Why is that the first thing? When you look up classic literature in general, you get The Odyssey. You get The Great Gatsby. You get all of these Lonesome Dove, all of these great adventures, all of these great, you know what I'm saying, stories. And they don't have anything to do with the struggles of what white people are going through. Why is this the first thing that pops up? When you have a 12-year-old, 10, 11-year-old kid that wants to read more about himself, about his culture, why is that the first thing that they see when they Google it? I'm just curious. When we read books, we try to escape. We try to go into different worlds, see things that we've never seen, experience things that we've never experienced before. Why am I reading about trauma, black trauma? I'm not, there's nothing, they're putting it in our face as if it's something nostalgic, as if it's something that we're supposed to think back on and be like, I really missed that time when I had a beat down water fountain compared to the white man's water. Why? Like I said earlier in the video, I'm not trying to undermine, because all of those books that I listed out are very important, because we can't forget that. We can't forget that. But there has to be a point where we have to move on, where we have to have heroes that black kids can look up to that ain't got nothing to do with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Fred Hampton and all those people, bro. We have to have heroes, legacies. We have to build legacies, man. And you might be asking, well, why don't you write it? Since I know there's probably gonna be some haters out here watching this video. Why don't you write it then? Since you Mr. Black superhero literature. Listen, I'm just now getting back into this world. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now starting to read again. I'm honestly trying to get more into black literature. And maybe one day I will. I don't know. I ain't no author, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no author, but maybe one day, if you want to see the world change, you got to take that first step. I understand that. But I'm just pointing out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I think in general, we just need more black voices, black stories being told through the different genres, through sci-fi, through fantasy, through superheroes, through westerns, whatever other genre besides PTSD and generational trauma. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying those books don't exist, but I'm just saying they're not, when you Google it, because that's what people use, Google. They need to be up in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Those books need to be critically acclaimed. Those books need to be New York Times bestsellers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I feel like I just needed this video. I needed to get this out. You know what I'm saying? As I'm embarking on this journey, this reading journey, someone needs to say it. I'm pretty sure someone probably already has said it. But I just needed to say my piece, man, because why not? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is definitely a different type of video. You know what I'm saying? I usually do book reviews, so me just talking in front of a camera is definitely new for me. But if y'all want more videos like this, you know, when you want to hear my thoughts on certain topics, just let me know in the comments, man. Right now, I'm reading 2 books, really just one, because I couldn't. I don't know, me, I like to finish books, man. I like to finish it. It's very rare for me not to finish a book, but if I'm just not messing with it, I can't finish it, bro. Like, I can't finish it. So maybe there's one potential book review coming. And inshallah, man, we'll see how it goes. But I appreciate y'all. If y'all stuck with me yapping for this long, man, I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Comment what your thoughts is. Comment what you know what I'm saying? I want to start a discussion, man. I really want to build a community, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening to my yapping session, to my TED Talk. I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know how it go. One La Ali out.